Okay guys, with any kind of full face makeup, you want to make sure you have a nice moisturized face. So after using my daily facial moisturizer, I'm going to go ahead and use this Stay Matte lotion from Dr. Jart. And I'm focusing this mainly on the center of my face, and while that sets in, I'm going to go ahead and start grooming and filling in my brows. After that, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Benefit Professional. This is just going to help fill in any pores and fine lines, and I'm keeping this in the center of my face, and then I'm going to prime my lids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. Now starting off, I'm going to go ahead and use this cream shade from the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Palette, and this is going to set the Eden Potion. I'm also going to apply this onto my lashes as well as a base for my mascara. And then just using a rich kind of warm brown, I'm putting that in the crease. This one is called Peanut Butter. I'm taking this Submissive eye base, and it's just really going to help the eyeshadow that I put in reflect a lot better. And I'm going to use the gold color from the Nudes palette from Maybelline, and I'm just going to go ahead and use a flat shader brush and really pack that on. And using the highlight color, I'm going to go ahead and put it into the inner tear duct, and we're going to go ahead and reapply this later on, but it's just going to give us a kind of map out of how the eye is going to look. After that, I'm going to go ahead and start patting in the darker brown colors in the palette onto the outer C of my eye. Just going to go ahead and pat it first, and then we're going to go ahead and go back with the first brush that we used for the crease and blend it in. Just using circular motions and windshield wiper motions should do. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that peanut butter color as well as truffled and pudding, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the lower lash line, darkest color in the outer V. You want to go ahead and build it up just so that it's defined as well and not just looking top heavy. Since I lost some of that gold color, I'm going back and applying a few more layers of it just so that it is really dominant. And it's okay if you get a little bit on the outer part, because we're going to go back in with a darker color to give it more definition. So using Hot Fudge, I'm going to go ahead and pat it on the outer V of the eye this time. And with any leftover product, I'll go ahead and sweep it on the lower lash line on the outer third. Then just using a crease brush, I'm going to go ahead and go back and blend it out. Using a smaller crease brush will keep this look from getting too muddy and getting everywhere on the eye. And if you need to, go back with that transition color and help blend out. Only if you need to. It's not 100% mandatory. Then I'm going to go ahead and clean up any messes and also straighten out the edge of my eyeshadow using a makeup remover. Going back in with that cream color that we used before, I'm going to go ahead and use it as my brow bone highlight. And then going in with that inner tear duct that we used before, we're going to go ahead and apply that just underneath the arch and reapply it to the inner tear duct.
You should add me on Facebook. You should. My phone doesn't work, but just follow me.
And once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and put it underneath my lower lash line as well to kind of brighten up the inner part. I went ahead and I already applied falsies and winged eyeliner, as you can tell. Now I'm just going to use a waterproof mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous. It is definitely not my favorite, but it's what I have at the moment. And then I'm going to go in with the Benefit Highbrow and use it to whiten my eyes and just make them look more bright and visible, if that makes sense. So that's it for the eyes. What do you guys think? I know it's not too dramatic, but it is pretty dramatic for me. Now I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to get rid of the dark circles by using kind of like a salmon pink color and any other redness. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Then using a half a pump of the CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundation, I'm just going to use it as a base before I start doing the cream contour. I'm just using very, very little to get rid of any, you know, things I don't like, blemishes, stuff. So using a yellow colored concealer that is right for my skin tone, I'm applying it everywhere where you usually highlight and around the jaw area so that it pops out a lot more. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out with a beauty blender. If for any reason your concealer seems a little bit too dry, you can go ahead and dampen up your sponge a little bit more. I just used some of the Max Fix Plus and it helped spread out my concealer a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with a neutral kind of warm brown. And then I'm going to darken up the color as I'm going further back towards my hairline. You don't want the darkest color to be towards the center of your face because it's just going to look wrong. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and blend it out again with my beauty blender. And with any leftover product, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up around my temples and my hairline, anywhere around my forehead that I want to go ahead and bronze up that the sun would normally hit. You can also go ahead and flip it around to where you had applied your foundation on the sponge, and that's going to help blend out any harsh lines. Using a highlighting cream, I'm using my beauty blender to help blend that in as well, and it's just going to give me a nice like shimmery effect and, you know, look really nice. And then I'm going to set everything with Max Fix Plus again and just make sure that everything is really nice and blended. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my e.l.f. HD under eye setting powder, and I'm just going to set my concealer with that, and with any leftover product just put it around my T-zone. For the rest of my face, I'm going to set it with a translucent powder. This is a rice powder. This is really going to keep the cream from budging, smearing, or anything like that. I wore this whole entire makeup for 8.5 hours and it didn't crease on me. I didn't seem oily or anything like that, so it's a really, really great powder. And then I'm just using the bronzing contour kit from e.l.f. in St. Louisa to bronze up further. You guys already know that I'm going to be using my Model Co to warm up my face as well and blend everything out with a big fluffy brush. So for the cookie method, I'm just going to go ahead and use this Wet n Wild contour like little kick, and I'm just going to leave it on for like a minute, not too long. Just wanted to go ahead and clean up any harsh edges that the cream contour may have caused. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this very, very nice natural blush and put it on my cheeks. I don't want anything too crazy since I want my eyes to be more dramatic. And using my favorite highlighter, I'm going to use my finger and just pat it on nicely onto my face, exactly where it is that I want it to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back with a brush and blend everything out. I wanted my highlight to be on point today, considering that I really don't ever use highlight, ever. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Max Fix Plus and line my lips with the Beauty For Real, the only pencil you'll ever need. And then for lipstick, I'm going to use Max Velvet Teddy. You guys know this is one of my favorite. It felt a little bit too brown, so after blotting my lips, I'm going to take Please Me by MAC and just put it directly in the center to give my lips more dimension and to keep it looking kind of muddy, if you know what I mean. For lip gloss, I'm going to use Tipsy by Tarte. You guys know I'm not a lip gloss person, but it just really looks good with full glam makeup. And taking a gold glitter lip gloss, I'm going to apply it on the center so my lips look more plump and kind of help bring out the eye as well. And that is it, guys. That is how I do my cream contour. And this is my full face glam makeup. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is going to last you all freaking day. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!